presented to you for your 30 years of service to the Cameron Fire
Thank you very
Department.
much. It's been an honor to be here.
So, I'm not gonna say it'll be another 30 years, but hopefully another 10.
Because I've never interviewed you before. Could you state your name and how I spell it? I know it says it on the trophy, on the black.
It's like this. Richard Dornick, Doornink, and people always spell it wrong. It's tradition.
And you've been doing this for 30 years now. I mean, what's
Just here.
Oh,
This
just
is my
here.
third one.
Really? So how long have you been a firefighter altogether?
1980.
Wow. So it's actually 42 years, but
Yeah, 30 years here. I started out in a town third the size of Osborne, Owens, Iowa, population of 124.
wow. And I mean, after all this time, just being in Cameron, what's it like being recognized tonight?
Surprised.
Really?
Yeah. Honored, surprised, and just, yeah.
Absolutely. And, what made you want to stay in Cameron for so long? I mean, there's a lot of fire, departments out there, but what made you...
This town had my dream job.
Really?
I've been a supervisor for the ambulance district forever.
I didn't know that.
Well, see? The guy who's running the ambulance district, Nathan Jones, was in the EMT class about, 18 years ago that I taught.
Wow. So you've really come full circle on this. That's pretty crazy. I mean, what's it like to look back and see some of your? I mean, is he the only one that you currently work with that you used to teach, or do you see him
I
everywhere?
see them all over. I go to St. Joe and there's people over there, and I helped with her class a little bit, and I teach advanced cardiac life support for the Heart Association to the doctors here.
That's
So, and my occupation now is I'm supposed to be retired for 3 years, but I'm working next week for the ambulance, and I'm working over at the Boy Scout camp teaching CPR and first aid.
nice.
And I work for the Red Cross Disaster Health Services, and they've sent me to Louisiana and Arkansas for tornadoes and Louisiana for hurricane.
Wow. So you've really got some experience. I mean, not just being in this town, but being all over. And how's the industry changed? Of course, when I look back at my industry, this kind of stuff right here, this is science fiction.
Now you got to remember, when I started, we had in Iowa, we didn't use it anymore, but our reserve truck was like the one up here in the
not the museum, but
the fire museum up there.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Whoa! So to see stuff like this, where it's not,
Oh, yeah,
it's got
we got-
GPS and
Oh yeah, and one of the things over the years is, on the ambulance, we tried to keep up with the developments, and I was the first one to put GPSs. Heck, I was the first one to put rear view mirrors in our ambulances so you can see the patient. Mark Hill hated that.
wow. So you've actually left an impact here. I mean, personally left. I mean, something like that. I mean, does that save lives when you have something like that?
Oh yeah, I helped design the ambulance service that's here. The ambulance service here has never had to borrow $1, and I was the finance guy. I have a business degree.
Mm-hmm.
I taught college accounting. I was still in college. The professor started having seizures during class, and the college came and asked me if I would take over half his load and all his labs, and I did.
Wow. So.
And that's when I met my wife.
Well, goodness gracious. Well, no, that's all I got. And, wow, this is a crazier story than I could have imagined. That's insane.
Well,
And it fits in perfectly.
Oh my goodness.
no, trained in Sioux City, Iowa, Western Iowa Tech,
Mm-hmm.
But we wouldn't have
and
any
worked at Dubuque Packing Company, which is at that time was multinational. We had plants in the United States and a couple plants in Mexico, and trained while I was working there full time. And one day, the Sioux City Journal had an ad in it. It said, wanted a paramedic and a phone number. I had no idea where that phone number was. And I put and I never answered ads like that, ever. And so I think the big guy upstairs says, "Go ahead, look at that." I looked at it, put it back, about 10 times. Finally, I called it. It was ambulance service in Bethany.
Huh.
And I was up there, I don't know, I was up there maybe a year and a half, 2 years, and I was made a supervisor up there.
That's
And a couple more years, and got into it with the boss over some financial stuff that I thought wasn't on the up and up. Made one phone call to Mark Hill here, and I had a job. So when can you be here? Tomorrow. Let's go.
That's cool. Well, no, that's all I got.